The best thing that I like about it is Amanda tapping, and I don't mean that because I'm a guy. I mean that because she is a attractive, intelligent leader woman, and I have 3 daughters, and that's just absolutely the most perfect thing for a dad to have a role model like that for my 3 girls to look up to. So she's pretty special to us because of that.
Our demographic has changed since we first started. It's much broader. I'm amazed at the age range of people. I really am. And the social demographic too. Real astrophysicists and professors to firemen to cops to, I mean, everything. It sort of has stretched across all supposed social boundaries. It's pretty phenomenal.
In real life, I happen to be a EMT, which is a medic, and I also happen to be a police officer, so I try to carry medical supplies as I need.
The most astounding thing for me, and really emotional thing for me, is when people come up and tell their personal stories about how the show has either helped them get through a really difficult time, or people come up because, especially young women, because they're getting better grades in math or better grades in science or better grades in general because they want to be like Sam Carter. Like, that's freaky. A young woman who's joining the Air Force because she's so inspired by this character and by the characters on the show.
Amanda Tapping really drew me in. I'm a United States Air Force veteran, and her portrayal of military women really intrigued me. We see so few strong women on TV. I absolutely love watching her.
Teachers who come up and say that they actually talk about Stargate in their classrooms to young girls. That's amazing. Mothers come up with their daughters and say, we watched the show together. And my daughters are proud and strong and stronger women because they want to be like Sam Carter. It's astounding. That's a huge impact.
Pretty amazing. I mean, I didn't know, like, I think maybe we did our first convention a couple of seasons into Stargate, maybe 3, and to hear from so many young women that the character was such a role model, I suddenly was like, oh my gosh. I felt very responsible to the military when I started out because she was a strong female in the military, but I didn't know the power of family. And then the more letters that I got and the more people that I spoke to, I realized it was a massive responsibility. And so if there were things that I felt compromised the character in a way that would either look bad to the military or might make my younger female fans feel weird about the character, then I would talk to the writers about it. So I take it very seriously. I think that, there's a lot of people that I look up to now. You just don't want to disappoint. Thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
Do you see yourself as a role model, especially for girls in the STEM fields, as both your bigger roles as Sam Carter and Helen Magnus were essentially scientists?
Right. I didn't when I first started out, and then I started to receive letters speaking to the fact that the characters I was playing, not me myself, but the characters I was playing were inspiring for young women, and I became acutely aware of the responsibility of that. So if there were things that I felt were not in keeping with the character or belittled in any way the work that the character was doing, then I would have a talk with the writers about it, because it became very important to me that if in fact young girls were looking up to this, especially Sam Carter when it first started happening, that I had a real responsibility. And I took it very seriously, and I still do. I think it's not just going for what you want in life, but it's having the courage to be smart, to be the smartest person in the room, and to stand up for yourself. And I think that that's really hard, and I don't think it's something that's necessarily encouraged for women and young girls, even in our schools. So the fact that some of the letters attest to that is so humbling and wonderful. Yeah. Thanks.